Alright, so today's video is not really going to be a little bit different. I know I said I was going to upload a video yesterday in my community post, but I'm having some issues with it. It was blocked because I reacted to a clip from Jubilee. Third time that Jubilee has made it so one of my videos cannot be seen. Working on those issues, but today we're going to take a look at a clip here of Newsmax's Greg Kelly. Yes, I know, Newsmax. Newsmax's Greg Kelly, you know, the voice of reason, the voice of sound mind and judgment, say that Ghislaine Maxwell just might actually be a victim herself. No, I am not making that up. Here is Greg Kelly saying that a convicted sex trafficker is actually the victim. Here it is.
So, remember this? Last year, President Trump, last year in a courtroom, flanked by two great attorneys, Emil Bove on the left and on the right is Todd Blanche. Today, where are these guys? Well, President Trump is in the White House. That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty
Emil
awesome.
Bove has just been nominated for a judgeship, federal judgeship. And Todd Blanche is the Deputy Attorney General, the #2 ranking official in the Justice Department. And he's about to meet with Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriend in prison, Ghislaine Maxwell, to find out what she knows. Let's find out. What is this all about? And she's also been subpoenaed by the Oversight Committee.
And I just, really quick, this is just my personal opinion here. This has nothing to do with anything else. Obviously, I think that this is just a fucking horrible thing that's going to happen, the DOJ meeting with Ghislaine, because, I mean, I personally believe that she's just going to try and cut a deal with herself. As far as the whole entire Epstein-Trump scandal, him saying it's a scam, this, that, and the other, I don't think that anything good is going to come out of this. Again, I don't really think that needs to be said. That's just my opinion. Let's continue.
I think this is great. I do have a feeling that she just might be a victim. She just might be.
She just might be a victim.
There was a rush to judgment. There was a lot of chaos there for a while.
Yeah, that's a bit of an understatement. Sure, there was a lot of chaos. I don't know what the rush to judgment was. I don't know if he means the actual judgment of her being a convicted sex trafficker. I don't know if that's what he means when he says rush to judgment, or he means public perception rush to judgment of Ghislaine Maxwell. But let's let Greg here continue.
All right. Granted, she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, and I know that's apparently not good, but she's in jail for how long now? 20 years. A 20-year sentence. Well, Alan Dershowitz is one of the greatest attorneys who ever lived.
I know that you guys don't like, I know that some of my audience doesn't like when I pause it so much, but Alan Dershowitz, obviously Greg Kelly is going to think that Alan Dershowitz is one of the greatest lawyers of all time when he's clearly not. I found this really, really great Jacobin article that's not that long that goes over a lot of horrible things that Alan Dershowitz has done, continues to do. And just how much of a terrible person he is. And the top of the list here is partying with pedophiles. He has represented Jeffrey Epstein. Alan Dershowitz has. Here is Alan Dershowitz with Jeffrey Epstein. Here's another picture of Alan Dershowitz with Jeffrey Epstein. Oop, I missed it. Oh, no. I have it pulled up here, but you can't see it. But Alan Dershowitz has routinely been on Jeffrey Epstein's side, the side of a pedophile. He's also racist. He said Donald Trump couldn't get a fair trial in D.C. because of the racial makeup of Washington, D.C. Alan Dershowitz is a horrible, horrible human being. Again, that doesn't need to be said, but of course, Mr. Greg Kelly, convicted sex trafficker, is a victim, would obviously think as much.
And he has this to say about the Ghislaine Maxwell situation, speaking with Newsmax veteran Eric Bolling.
Should Ghislaine Maxwell be behind bars?
She shouldn't be, but she is. She is really serving Jeffrey Epstein's sentence after he committed suicide. There was no one else to prosecute because there was no real information against anybody else. And so they went after her and they sentenced her to a sentence that would have been appropriate for Epstein, but not at all appropriate for her. And so she's appealing now, and I hope the appeal will be granted. She deserves to be out.
She deserves to be out. And maybe she never deserved to be in there in the first place. Now, how could you say such a thing? I mean, these are perverts. These are child molesters. We've heard that from whom? From the media? From prosecutors? Prosecutors prosecuted President Trump over nothing.
Over nothing.
I don't know, but I'm skeptical of everything and everybody these days, and you should be too.
Yeah. So the reason I really wanted to make this video here is
These are child molesters. We've heard that
this part
through the
right
room.
here.
From the media, from prosecutors.
These are child molesters. These are here. I have the transcript down here. These are child molesters. These are perverts. And he says, he says, we've heard that from whom? From the media? From prosecutors? No, Mr. Greg Kelly. During the trial, they actually had victims give testimony because that's what happens during a trial. And one of Ghislaine Maxwell's victims, Annie Farmer, said she was grateful the jury recognized Maxwell's pattern of predatory behavior. She has caused hurt to so many more women than the few of us who had the chance to testify in the courtroom. I hope that this verdict brings solace to all who need it and demonstrates that no one is above the law. Even those with great power and privilege will be held accountable when they sexually abuse and exploit the young. An attorney that was present at this trial said, I want to commend the bravery of the girls, now grown women, who stepped out of the shadows and into the courtroom. The courage and willingness to face their abuser made this case and today's result possible. He called this one of the worst crimes imaginable. And I know that this is Newsmax, and I know that they are complete fucking wackos over there, literally insane motherfuckers, but it's just so gross and nasty that Greg Kelly wants to say that, oh, the media told you that she was guilty of sex trafficking? The prosecutors? What, are you going to believe them? No, bitch. We're going to believe the fucking victims, okay? And this is something that I really hate saying stuff like this because I don't know why, but I don't like saying stuff like this, but if something like this had happened to someone that Greg Kelly knows, or maybe even a family member of Mr. Greg Kelly here, his tune would not be, oh, you're gonna believe this, you're gonna believe that, you're gonna believe those people because they said it. No, these are actual victims. These are people that had their innocence, their lives taken away from them because of this monstrous human being right here. And again, him taking Alan Dershowitz's word for it, again, it's Newsmax. I'm not surprised. It doesn't make it any less disgusting or gross, right? Alan Dershowitz and Jeffrey Epstein are buddies. Of course he's going to get on there and say, oh, well, he's gone now, but it really should have been him that got prosecuted because Ghislaine did nothing wrong, which I don't even think Alan has any ties to, like, he wasn't involved with the Ghislaine Maxwell case at all, so, but Newsmax's not going to tell their audience that, obviously, but yeah, I just wanted to go over and remind everyone that Newsmax is still a garbage gutter news outlet. Greg Kelly is a really fucking weird guy. That's not a normal thing to say. Again, the right-wing grift's still strong in him, but sitting there saying that the only thing we heard was from prosecutors and from the media, and when there's actual victims who gave testimony about what happened, by Ghislaine Maxwell's doing, again, just completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. But that being said, I know this was a short one. There was a lot of details that I can't go into, or YouTube will bury the video, or worse, get it fucking taken down because I have had action taken against my channel before. Doesn't matter. That's going to be it for this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, press that little bell, turn on all notifications so you guys never miss an upload. And guys, please, let me know what you thought of this video. Excuse me. Let me know what you thought of my coverage. Let me know what you thought of Mr. Greg Kelly here being the most normal, most charitable, most just amazing human being that has ever graced this earth.